Well, hello everyone. Well, Nancy's jumping out of the frying pan into the fire today, even though it's only 29 degrees.
Feels like
Lord,
23 maybe,
yes, it's
20.
cold.
But that's good. I'm glad because it's either carry all this weight or don't go. So, those are my choices. So, what do you think I'm going to do? Go slow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go really, really slow. No hurries anymore. So where are you headed?
I'm headed back to Louisville to do a little work, a little praying,
I appreciate that.
and I got a job I got to finish, and then we'll be back. Pick up Arnie somewhere further down the trail.
A little bit. We'll see how far. So let's lift this up and lean back so they can see the van. Point it back a little bit. Lean over this way. You lean over that way. No, you lean your body over that way. And get out of the way of the camera. No, go that way. There we go. Now, so he got insulation on it, and we're sitting on the bed that he built, and we've got all the junk out of it. We finally got through everything, and so when he comes back, he will be in much better shape. It will be in better shape if he has G's Hostel show up sometimes. Anyway, he's got about 9 boxes there instead of me mailing. He's going to... Where are you going to go first?
Top of Georgia.
Okay, and then where are you going to go?
To Gooder
Grove.
Grove, yeah.
And then where are you going to go?
Down to Hala,
Mm-hmm. And then where are you going to go?
Montana.
And then where are you going to go?
Home.
So he's the postman today. Save us a little money, get him there, and after that, I'm not sure how, I probably will only have shipped or mailed those items that, like my protein drink and Gatorade, are the 2 things that I really can't find in stores, and other than that, I probably won't. But for this time, first up to Fontana, I just decided to have the things that I knew work for me to help me build muscle. And anyway, what kind of a person would carry 35 pounds into the rain? It's sunny today, even though it's cold, and it's going to rain for maybe 2 weeks. Appalachian Trail Thru hiker wannabe, I guess. So, what do you think?
It ought to make you or break you, one of the two.
Yep, that pretty well sums it up.
But we're confident that you're going to rise to the occasion.
All right, well, we'll go strap on this 400-pound pack that I've went through again this morning. In fact, just to prove to you that I really am trying, I have not slept without this memory foam pillow for 20 years, and 15 years, and it's really helpful for my neck, and I'm leaving it. I'm not carrying it. It's not heavy, it's just there wasn't room. Unless I wear it maybe on top of my head. I mean, I could like tie it,
Well, the little bear, I don't think she'd been packing her share,
Let the bear carry it.
Yeah.
Okay. I could have thought of that, I guess. But to be honest, no. I mean, it was like, it's the only ounce I seem to be able to get rid of, other than I did take out a bunch of stuff as far as out of the first aid kit, and but when it comes to the big 3, we're stuck for now. When it comes to having to have this thing for my back to sleep on, I wouldn't be able to hike the next day if I can't, sleep and not have too much pain in my back when I wake up. So it's just kind of, I'm stuck. But it's either carry it or don't go. So what do you think I'm gonna do?
She's out of here.
Everybody have a blessed day. Get out and hike.
Might want to wait till it's warmer.
Wait till it isn't raining. Yeah, wait till it isn't raining. All right, folks, we're heading through Neel Gap, me and my 150-pound pack. It really has nothing extra in it, except, well, no, I take that back. It has about 1 pound on that wedge thing, that I have to sleep with. I'm so grateful I found it because I didn't know how I was going to possibly sleep night after night without breaks. So it makes it possible to go. Have a little bit of heavier clothing because it's winter, but nothing massively extra. Got rid of some of the stuff. Anyway, let's see what else. The rolling stick I almost didn't bring. And then I had a thought, well, why can't he cut it down smaller? And then when we were hiking with Pan Am Don, he had already done that with his. And so mine is different than his. But anyway, so we cut it down. It's 4 ounces now. And I'm telling you folks, you know, we came in tired and so sore Saturday night, I don't remember. And I rolled out those sore muscles. I mean, immediately I felt better. And the next day, of course, I felt a whole lot better. So I'm gonna have to go slow because this weight is so much. I'm just gonna go slow. But at least I'm going into the rain from this beautiful sun. Glad to have you all along with me. This is really a blast. And so on the weight, Z-Packs our call. Probably saved me 3 pounds, 3.5. Probably only 3 by the time they do whatever the extras are to it to maybe give it a, you know, the lumbar pad, the stiff whatever they do to stiffen it up so you can keep the weight on the hips and not on the shoulders. And then bags on the side again, keep the weight off the back. I'd love to be able to have the weight off, some of the weight off my back right now. But anyway, and then I can save 3 pounds on the sleeping bag when I can get a 2 pounds counting sleeping bag and liner. So that's a lot of weight, 6 to 7 pounds. And the electronics, you know, they're heavy. The food, I tried to be real careful. I do have the Z-Packs bag and food bag thing, and got the Z-Packs bags for these extra things that I have. Found the rock climbers bag for the side pockets to carry my drinks. So I look kind of like, you know, I don't know, we'll see what trail name they end up trying to give me instead of my Arnie1mile, but I'm sure it'll be funny. And so that's where it is. We're gonna go forward, onward and upward, and have my first night ever camping alone. So, yahoo, let's get going. Just for the record, I wanted to show this sky. Not quite an Appalachian Trail day as far as clear blue. There are a few clouds right over there at the bottom. But right above that, all the way around, it's a clear blue sky day. My first hiking day alone, totally alone. Gonna be alone at night, ever. And we get this. Of course, the next 2 weeks, different story, but we're gonna enjoy today and make the most of it as we go up this hill. Okay, folks, I just met this gentleman, and what's your trail name?
Turtle.
Turtle.
Yes.
I could have the same trail name.
Because of the weight, right? Yes.
Yeah, so tell us what you're doing. You said you're out here for a couple of months?
I am. I work for the Boy Scouts, and I have my own high adventure programs, Turtles High Adventures, and we take scouts on trips to the Himalayas, to the PCT, Grand Canyon. So I'm doing a little personal conditioning before those programs start. I also do the Sea Kayak program for National Sea Base in Washington, North Carolina as well in the summers.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you what his pack weighs, but I want you to know it weighs a little more than mine. So, but he's also a young, strong man, and I'm a little old lady. So, you know, but anyway, I'm going to let him go by because he's going to go faster, and we'll watch him up the hill.
Cheers.
It's very nice to meet you.
Likewise. Have a great hike.
You too have a great hike, and good luck to you and all your programs with the kids.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Cheers.
for working with the Scouts.
Oh, my pleasure. We need the numbers, so sign up, even adults.
All right.
Take care, huh?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Rapidly climbing. See, I'm going to do that in another month or 2. Maybe sooner. Who knows? Oh, by the way, Shadulev says we didn't get her in the video, so hopefully she's in this one. There you go. If she's not, I'll check it and get her later, but I've strapped her on a little different. I got rid of the stick I had her on to get rid of that weight, so aren't y'all proud of me? Okay, heading up the hill. And here's the first little campsite going up, just a half-mile in from Neel Gap. And I just wanted to make a comment about how much I love winter hiking, even though it's a lot more difficult due to the issues I have to deal with. I did start a little bit cold. I knew I was going to have to stop pretty quickly, but I was just so cold down there. I needed to warm up, which I've done. So we're going to stop here, take off the jacket, and only problem is then I have to carry them instead of wearing them, but that's okay. Anyway, this is why we love winter hiking, folks. Those of us that love it. So, see all this around you. Never feel closed in. And this is real pretty coming up around here, and this, fortunately I know that this is a false summit. Looks like you're about to get to the top of what you've been climbing, and like you might be going down after this, but no. We've come up about 400 feet, and we got about 400 more feet to go up before we reach our high point for today, which is 3856, something like that. I think we started at 3100, maybe 3886, I don't know. Anyway, 750 or so feet total on this uphill climb coming out of Neel Gap, and I just noticed all that over there. Not sure where that is, but thought it was pretty cool looking. Heading up the hill. Coming up on mile 32.2, and I just want to go ahead and point out there's a place for lots of tents here if you're one that wants to just run through Neel Gap and not stay there. But I wanted to let you know that I wouldn't want to stay here tonight because it's pretty windy up here. If it was going to be windy, I wouldn't want to stay here, but if I'm wanting to cool off and have the wind, then this would definitely be a good place to stay. And I just checked comments on Gut Hooks. And Gut Hooks talks about a spring down to the left somewhere, but the comment said that one's been dry for a long time, and there's actually a spring off to the right, down a bit of a steep hill, but that it had water in December. So if it had it in December, I would think it has it now, but I'm not going to go down and check it. Anyway, there it is. A lot of space. You can hear the wind. I would get cold if I stood here very long. And when I'm on the leeward side, I'm just very, very comfortable even standing still. So, well, this would probably be one of the reasons they call the climb out of Neel Gap a little bit tough for us newbies. Next 200 feet that we have up, a little bit steep, or this part at least is a little bit steep. So our legs aren't ready for that yet, probably, no matter how much we trained. But anyway, in a month from now, we'll think this was just a day at the playground. I'm pretty sure we are coming up on Leveland Mountain. I'll check it and let you know if that was not correct. But we're coming up on some point up here, so let's go check it out. Beautiful. Don't forget to stop and look around from time to time, and remember why it is you love hiking so much. On a perfect day like today, this is well, this is the kind of day, if you're going to quit, today's the kind of day to quit on. A good day. Never quit on a bad day. So I guess we got a couple of weeks of rain coming up, so Nobody's allowed to quit while it's raining and cold and miserable. Only allowed to quit when we're having a good hiking day on a day like this. Huh. You see, it just sucks you in. You can't quit when you're out here seeing something like this. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Coming up on Soaring Gap. This is where we camped back in 2016 in November. In fact, we woke up on our anniversary morning to howling winds and about 20 degree or below 20 degree wind chill. That was our first experience in the extreme, for us, extreme cold in a tent. The wind came up from both sides, kind of swirled around. It was really something. It's out there on video. But anyway, this is a nice campsite but no water. So the challenge I have at this point is that because of this really heavy weight, I'm moving very slow. If I were to push myself to go fast, I wouldn't be able to walk tomorrow. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. Just go ahead and accept the fact that I've got to go really slow while I build these muscles up day by day, instead of hiking and then having 2 days to rest and then hiking again. So that's what I'm trying to do, and then just accept that, and then having a place to camp with water. So I'm really only about halfway to the spot that I was thinking of to stop at tonight if I ended up being real slow like this with these ups and the downs back there, the rocks and the steps. You know, you just have to be really careful when you got this much weight and you're not so agile and your muscles aren't strong yet. And I'm trying to not injure the knees or make the muscles again so that I couldn't walk tomorrow. So it's almost 2 o'clock. So I mean, it literally took me 3 hours to go a little over 2 miles. But I did speed up a little in the last mile, or the last half mile. I mean, I'm starting to speed up, but then we're going to go uphill again here, and then I'm not sure what all. But I think the trail's better from here. I think it's less rocky. So hopefully I can make it the second half of this to that spot faster. I mean, it'd be okay if I get there at 5 o'clock, but I'd like to get there sooner just to give my body more time to rest today. And tomorrow's going to be rain, so, originally I was hoping that I would be able to do a lot more than this in a day, and if I were slack packing, I could. Not because I'm hung up on speed, but just has to do with logistics and everything. But this is going to be fine. And it's a spot where we camped before, blocked from the wind, and should be water there. But I've got plenty if there's not. So that's the plan at this point. Let's just keep going and see what happens. Yep. I love winter hiking. I love hiking, period, but beautiful view. You're totally covered by the leaves in the spring. So the trail's gotten better. Easier, I should say. Came from there. And we're headed up here. So hopefully I'm making a little bit better time. Well, we're going up another 400 feet from back at, I guess, about Soaring Gap. Just stopped to catch my breath, and check this out. That's been there for several days. No ice anywhere else so far today. So, we've got a little bit down there. I guess it has to do with the way, there's no wind right here, so no wind to blow on it, and I guess the sun doesn't hit it too well. Anyway. Still continues to be an absolutely gorgeous day, and definitely moving a little faster on this trail without quite so many rocks. So that's a good thing. Good thing so I can get somewhere to make camp and have a little time to recuperate. Well, I knew I should have been climbing those stairs with a 30-pound pack on so that I'd be able to do this kind of thing faster once I had the heavy weight on, but in the hospital I just didn't feel right about carrying a big old backpack in there, so next time I might just do it anyway. But we'll get there. Just be slow. Every day I'll get stronger if I'm careful. So we'll keep going up. It's great. I love it. Really enjoying this day, trying to fully enjoy it because I know what's coming. Right? Right. We're coming up to Wolf Laurel Top. I'm assuming that that is it up there. Looks like a place to camp, but not on a cold night like tonight. So we're gonna keep going forward a little more and see what else we can find. I think we have about 7/10 of a mile to get to the little campsite that I'm thinking of, and there's definitely a couple of places for tents up there. No water. All right, a little bit of a downhill here for a little while, and I think it's mostly downhill till we get to the campsite, maybe a little bit of uphill, but so this is really pretty. Little rock outcrop in here. Check it out. This is a view you have to climb and hike to see. No driving anywhere near this one. If you want to see this, you gotta hike. Could do it in a day hike though, it'd be real easy. Well, I mean easy for the average person. Beautiful. Prettiest view since Blood Mountain. This would be a great place to camp when the weather's right. So sunrise maybe over that way? Maybe, somewhere like that. Gorgeous. Put my wind jacket back on and my convertible gloves, the ones that sometimes I wear them over the possum down, and this time I just put them on without the possum down. Pulled up the mitten over my fingers, kept my thumb out to work the phone. Alrighty, let's go down this semi-rocky hill. Not too bad. We're just a little bit before the Boggs Creek campsite, and once again we're passing an area that I would say looks like it's been down cut a long time ago, so maybe this was last year. As always, up on these ridges, if it's a place with a lot of wind, there's usually a lot of trees down. Sun's gonna go down over that way. Well, I would say this one probably fell recently, even though it looks like it was dead standing, because nobody's cut it yet. It's a pretty rotted tree. So, a few people have already walked around it, so we'll just do the same. Yeah, I don't think I like the idea of being up on this ridge to camp anyway with all these old trees up here. And rain coming in. I'm not sure how much wind it is. I'll have to look. All right, here we are, Boggs Creek campsite. Several tents looks like could be up there. Gonna have a pretty sunset. If I wasn't so concerned about the rain and the wind coming in, I would stay there. And then just a blue blaze down to the water. It's an unreliable source, but with all the rain we've had, you know, there probably is water down there. I don't know, but there's also water where we're going, which is 2/10 of a mile ahead. So let's go check it out. All right, mile 35.6, 35, 37 on the elevation, and we are here. And we got a branch across the little walkway down to the water. See if anybody's made a new walkway over here. We will be able to see a sunset through the trees. See if I can figure out where the tent might go that's not next to the fireplace. I doubt anybody else is going to be here tonight, but so I think it's about 100 feet down this blue blaze to the water. And we got a few rocks here, a little uneven, but I can set the tent so that it's at least level for one person. So home for the night. It's got that great log over there. I see that tree that's on its way down. If we come over here, we should be fine. They say, look at all the trees. There's a lot of, I don't know, are they dead or they just don't have leaves? Unless it's obvious, I'm not really experienced enough to know, but the wind is coming in from behind me. So we may get a little wind tonight. Or, well, let's see, it's kind of coming in from this way. But there's a lot of trees there to block it. And if it starts coming in from the north, these are the gnarly little trees, mountain laurel, that I love so much that will block the wind. But it's really pretty here in the spring when they start blooming with all those flowers. Okay. Well, a bit of a walk down to the water down here, but that's okay when it's flowing good like this. Let's go get some. What can make my first time ever camping alone more perfect than catching the sunset? Right at that best moment. All right, everyone. The video you've been watching is from my day 8 of my hike, and this recording and then a little bit of video of me is from my day 23. So I just wanted to go ahead now in this video and give just a shout out to Grumpy and kind of give you an idea of the selfless thing that he has done in the midst of his own heartache, really. But anyway, first of all, I just thank you so much for sharing your gear with me. And first of all, what I did for him, any rational person with common sense would do for an injured hiker that needed help. If you're in the right place at the right time, which I was at the right place at the right time. So my toes had, I'm actually at Dick's Gap. I'm at Gooder Grove right now, getting ready to take a rental car back in the next day or two, or in 2 days. And I had gotten as far as Dick's Creek Gap. And while we had agreed I was going to stop there and wait until Grumpy got there, and we were going to hike together for a little while until he got too strong and too fast for me, it was really a blessing for me because my both great toes had gotten jammed in my boots really badly on some of the downhills, and they were both very, very swollen and red. And so I knew I was going to have to take at least 4 or 5 days off anyway, so to give them time to heal. In the meantime, another shout out to Soaring Eagle, who overnighted me, and I've skipped over the whole hiking shoe thing and gone to the trail runners before I planned on it. And when I was in Nashville and we had met Soaring Eagle, he had me try on some Hoka Stensons, the One Stenson ATRs, because I was talking to him about my knees and my back, and we did that, and so he overnighted them to me. And so I've been wearing them for several days now, getting used to them. And then the situation with Grumpy, during the time the little bit of time that I was with him, he kept talking about my pack. What's your pack weight? You know, what can be lightened? You need another pack. You need a different sleeping bag. You need a tent that's lighter weight. And he just kind of kept talking about it, and then finally he said, well, you know, you just need to take my pack, and you need to take my tent, and you need to take my my quilt, because I'm not going to be able to hike anymore. And of course I kept coming back with, no, you'll see the doctor, you'll be back on the trail, and even if you're not, I mean, you need to keep it, you know, you might be hiking a month from now or 2 months from now. And he says, well, Gucci Girl has the same stuff, I can use her stuff, you know. So anyway, this went around and around and around and around several times. And finally, when we were together with Gucci Girl, when we had all connected, then she, I guess, had an opportunity to talk to him a little bit, so we're together, and she says, well, Arnie, you know, I told him you may like what you have, and maybe you're saying no because you just don't, you know, you like what you have, or is it that it's just hard to accept something like this? And I said, well, I mean, I'll be honest, it's just hard to accept something like this. Well, then this big gruff voice of, what was he, like a drill sergeant in the Marines or something? I mean, I don't know, but all I know is like, I was afraid that well, anyway, this big gruff voice says, we're gonna accept this, you know, and I was afraid if I said no again that he was gonna say, drop and do 150 push-ups, and then you're gonna run in the mud and the rain, and you're gonna do an obstacle course for 20 days, and Lord knows what else. I mean, I think he would have gotten a chain and chained it to me if I hadn't said yes by then. So while, again, what I did, common sense, anybody would do. what he did, very few people would do. And so I just want to give him a special, you know, in my generation's terms, thank you. Haven't been out to hike with it yet, working on it, getting everything switched over, trying to get the fit and the weight and everything right, and I'm actually working really hard to pick out some other things. I figure, well, I've got the trail runners now, I've got the ultralight backpack, I've got the ultralight to use. Again, this is a loan, not a gift. Grumpy, when you get better, the minute you need it, it's yours. And I'll promise I won't do any hacks on it. So, but anyway, the Enlightened Equipment Enigma, which I was looking at Enlightened Equipment. He's just a little taller than me, and he had the regular extra wide, which is what I wanted. So this will give me a chance to try it out, if nothing else, and then determine, you know, when I'm ready to purchase that this is what I want. So he showed me how to use the straps, showed me how to do the bag, you know, just, and Gucci Girl too. I mean, both of them, just everything that y'all have said in your comments is also true. They're just absolutely fantastic, terrific people who have made a gesture that is just beyond what most people would ever do, probably beyond what I would have ever thought of doing. I don't know, you know, but and I'll cry if I talk about it too much. So when I finally told him goodbye, I did cry a little bit, because it's just, for me, for me, it's like G said, the make or break. The weight was trying to break. And just in time, someone comes along that we were getting ready to hike together. He doesn't get to go forward, but yet he shares with me. Just an awesome, awesome thing. And so thank you. And I can't wait to see them when they're doing Trail Magic, and I'm probably going to harass them at their home someday, because we have definitely become lifetime friends. And so y'all keep encouraging him and keeping up with him, and just another, again, short shout out. Be sure and check out Soaring Eagle. He's going to be starting his thru hike March 5th, just south of Roan Mountain, I believe, going north, and going to do a flip-flop. And I don't care if I'm having a bad hair day today. Anyway, so I'll be starting up again, like I said, at Dix Creek Gap, but what you'll see first is all the videos of me dealing with the rain and the weight and the water and all those things before I get to Dix Creek Gap. And then, like I said, I had a little over a week off, letting my toes heal, and then all of this, of course, taking place. So everybody just have a blessed, blessed day, and keep giving Grumpy all those kudos, because he deserves them, and so does Gucci Girl. And you get better, buddy. And yes, I'm going to tell you in my can't really do it drill sergeant voice, get better and get out and hike again. All right.